The Blackhawks are in Vegas to face future Hawk Mitch Marner. Sure, why not?
My time machine works.
Join us for the pregame show next on CHGO Blackhawks. Welcome into the CHGO Blackhawks pregame podcast presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use our code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. I'm Jay Zawaski. That's Mario Tirabassi.
Hello.
Chloe and Sarah are here running the show tonight. We've got Hawks and Golden Knights coming up at the top of the hour. Another glorious ESPN Plus broadcast where the game will actually end around 2:45 and 12:45 and 10:40.
Math is hard. 11:45.
My coffee's not kicked in yet.
How about
11:45,
Yeah.
and we'll actually see the ending at midnight
Sure.
as the stream catches up to the commercials that they added at their own volition.
Sure.
That'll be fun. We'll have a lot of that sort of stuff to yell about. But before we get to the Hawks game, we got a lot to tell you about. It is the final moments of our Cyber Monday sale. And if you have not taken advantage of this yet, I don't know how to help you.
Do it now.
26 American dollars to become a diehard.
Mhm.
That is 67% off. Yes, I'm doing the 6-7 motion off screen. You can't see it. $26 for the whole year. And yes, that includes a free t-shirt and merch discounts and event discounts and Discord access. All of it for you for $26. Got my brand new Chicago Hockey Club shirt today.
Love it.
Our buddy Charlie the Bacon Guy says he's wearing his as well. So if this is one you want, grab it. Mario's got the hoodie on. You'll
It's
save on
hoodie
that.
season here in Chicago.
There's so many great things available. So go to allchgo.com/join. Take advantage of this sale before it ends tonight.
Listen, our t-shirts
Yes.
have a $35 value. And if you sign up for $26 for the year,
We're giving you $11.
we are giving you $9 to
$9.
become a diehard. And you get the shirt and everything else. So earn yourself some money and become a diehard with this awesome offer. Just a few more hours to hop on the diehard sale. How many hours, Jay? Do the math.
I'm not doing it. I'm 0 for 2 in the math department today, so I'm going to stop.
Absolutely. The best deal
So
that
bad.
we will offer to become a diehard. And you know, with it being Black Friday recently, we had a lot of merch go on sale. We had a lot of merch drops going on. So there's some new designs that you can take advantage of if you so like. We also have some old ones you can take advantage of. But yeah, it's the best deal that we can offer to become a diehard.
And we're also, during the pre and post game shows, we're raising money for Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We have a bunch of dares going on.
Challenges.
As it pertains to your donations. Our goal is to reach $1,000 tonight from our CHGO Blackhawks fans, and we've got a bunch of things we're going to do. We reach 200, we get a Noodle Man ISO cam. $400, we give you 5 minutes of Jonathan Taves and Patrick Kane love.
Unconditional love.
$600 raised. We talk. Mario's going to quiz me on Blackhawks nicknames throughout the years,
These
and I
are
have to do Billy on the Street style.
Real Blackhawks nicknames.
Yes. At $800 level, we are going to rehash the argument for Ivan Demidov, as so many of you like to do on every postgame show. And for $1,000, Mario's going to eat something gross.
Are we doing that?
And what's what it says on the screen?
Oh, I thought we were going back to the original idea.
Well, we're going to do that too.
We're doing both?
I think
doing
you have
all of
to
it.
ask the people what they would rather
I was
see.
not prepared to do both. I thought we were going back
All right.
to the originals.
Let's go. Lay it out.
Well, okay, so if you want to do the YouTube poll for the pregame show? The pregame will decide what the postgame
There you
does.
I like that.
So, would you rather see me eat something weird and or gross and or challenging
Yes.
for the $1,000 plateau, or for the $1,000 plateau, would you like to see all of us? That's me and Jay and Sarah and Chloe. They have volunteered for this. Try smelling salts for the first time for all of us.
Yeah.
That was the original idea, but we peel back the curtain. That was the original idea, but finding smelling salts is a little bit more difficult than you might think.
I'm surprised how hard it is.
If you aren't an EMT. So the one that I ordered was supposed to be here by tonight. It is not going to be here by tonight, but we will pay that off if that is, in fact, what the people want to see. And the food challenge is undetermined as of right now because we had to scramble because I realized the package wasn't going to be here in time. So it'll be either something weird,
yes,
or gross, or spicy, or I'm not going to eat gluten voluntarily. So throw that out the window.
I don't want to be here for that either.
Or it'll be Team CHGO Blackhawks trying smelling salts for the first time.
I also, if we get to $1,000, I will shave my beard.
Oh, there you go.
All
So
right.
lots of
So
choices.
lots of incentives.
Lots of choices.
Lots of incentives. All right. Now to the hockey.
The hockey.
Hawks and Golden Knights. It's, I don't want to say it's a big game early in December, but you really have an opportunity here after one of your more satisfying wins of the year. You come back from a 2-0 deficit 47 seconds into the game to beat the Anaheim Ducks, who have been one of the teams that's the talk of the NHL. Connor Bedard has 4 points. He's chirping at the Ducks bench. This is a good opportunity to keep that's going, and it's a tough trip. You got Vegas and LA. It's not going to get easier. So it's an opportunity. Vegas is not quite the and really no one is this year, aside from Colorado, like the juggernaut we're used to. It's certainly a team that the Hawks can hang with. They're 11-6-8. Vegas is. They have a perfectly even goal differential. Hawks 11-9-5 with a +7. So this should be a good game. This should be a close game. And Carter Hart getting a start.
Yeah,
in goal
that's going to be
for Vegas.
That's going to be an interesting storyline to watch for this because this is his first game, NHL game he's going to be playing in a while. If you don't know why that's the cause, I would just say Google it.
Yeah,
there's plenty of information out there about it.
I can't believe he's back in the league.
Yeah, shocked. But he has had 3 games in the AHL before this to kind of tune up. He has a .307 goals against and a .839 save percentage in the AHL. I don't want to jinx it, but this is an opportunity to light up Carter Hart and take advantage of a guy who there is a lot going on around him and around this game because of him playing. And I think the Blackhawks have an opportunity to maybe take advantage of a game that's not a normal situation.
Right.
And if they come out with jump, if they come out with some pace right out of the gate, try and set the tone, I think they have a really good opportunity to jump on him in what is his first NHL game in a really long time.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a carnival. I don't know how I got to say, I haven't been paying a ton of attention as to how Vegas fans have reacted. I have seen how Chicago Wolves fans have reacted to Cal Foote joining the Wolves, and it's not good.
Yeah, that happened too.
So the question is, will there be boos for the hometown goalie when he takes the ice? It's going to be very, very strange. So just as we've talked about this a lot for the Hawks, where they're always seemingly in the, we're the team's banner night, or we're the team's home opener, like all these, and not that those are the same as this, but there's some sort of distraction all the time. Vegas has one tonight. Take advantage, and especially the numbers you pointed out, not good.
Yeah. It doesn't give you a lot of confidence.
An 830-some save percentage?
Yeah.
That's real bad.
And also, he wasn't that great when he was in the NHL anyways.
No, he was
not. I don't know. It is something that I think the Hawks could hopefully take advantage of tonight because, again, Vegas is a very good team.
Yeah.
Like, even though, maybe their record's not that impressive or doesn't feel as Vegas-y as you'd expect it to be. It's still a team with Jack Eichel and Mark Stone and Mitch Marner and all these guys. Like, it's still a very talented team. It's still a team that you pencil into the playoffs pretty much year in and year out. Yeah. So it's going to be a challenge either way.
Well, let's hear what Jeff Flashel had to say about it after today's morning skate, and then we'll bring you the lineup as soon as he's done. This is courtesy of the Chicago Blackhawks.
You have Teravainen with Mikheyev and Dickinson. I know you kind of go back to that a lot. How much of a kind of almost like a security blanket is having those three guys together when you can?
Yeah, and it's kind of, three guys that have played well together in the past. We went to it as a game went along the other night. They're a group that you can put out and play against anybody, and you can put in defensive zone situations and feel confident. That they're going to defend well, and so it's I think it's an important line to have and put out again, especially on the road where you don't get the matchups, but you can kind of put yourself in a little more advantageous situation by putting him out there.
And having more with Nazar and Bertuzzi, trying to get him offensively going a little bit.
Yeah, I think there's just this. We hope long term the speed of Moore and Nazar can be something over the course of the season that can be real effective, and they both play real fast. And I think Bert is a really, really good, accountable, smart player who can put pucks into areas for those guys. Kind of help sort the line a little bit. So hopefully it's a good match. We've used it a little bit. It hasn't kind of come to fruition yet the way we'd like it to, but we're hoping it gets there.
Yeah, Bertuzzi's not the fastest guy in the world, but he can play with guys like that. He knows where to be.
Yeah, he's smart, right? Yeah. He's smart, and he moves pucks in the right spots, and he can put, things like area passes and things like that. So because of his ability to go get pucks, number one, I think his ability to go to the net always helps a line like that, and also just his smarts to play with two fast guys.
What do you think it would take to have them their speed click together?
Well, that's a good question. I just think it could be just chemistry in a matter of time, to be honest with you. I think both utilizing their speed, number one, making sure they're not slowing themselves up, but kind of trying to go through people as they come up the ice, make sure they're taking it wide and just use that speed. And then as you get in the O-zone, now you're able to make your plays. And I think sometimes, both have, had probably almost kind of bogged themselves down by trying to almost go through people. Let's go wide, let's use that speed. And then from there, you make your plays.
With Kaiser, his start was so great. It's been maybe a little bit shakier lately.
Yeah.
Still solid, though. How would you assess it?
Yeah, I think Kai's overall has played good hockey. I think he's a really good player. I think he is, like a lot of guys on our team, still learning the balance on when to make a play and when to live another day. And he's just got to, it's something him and I've talked about a lot, and something he's continuing to work on is when he gets in situations where they're not advantageous and he's under mega pressure, you just live another day at that point and not try to force the pass. And I think that's hurt his play at times because it's caused chances against that don't need to happen. But that's a growth process for him that he recognizes, so I know he'll get better at.
He's got such a unique skill set with his quickness and agility and everything. Do you feel like other teams are maybe scouting it more, like they're now that he's more established, they're expecting it more?
I don't think so. I think it's been more kind of situations where he's put him, he got put into a tough spot. He just got to understand, live another day at that point. Honestly, I don't think it's necessarily a scouting thing from other teams. I just think it's more just the management of the game. Like guys like, our guys, they want to make a difference in the game, and sometimes you try to force it, and when you force things, usually good things don't happen.
Unusual schedule on this trip. It's like the COVID year where you play a back-to-back team.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that about what it's like to play a team twice in a row like that?
So, I used to do a lot in college. I was in college for 10 years as a coach, 11 years actually, and we did it almost every weekend. And they're unique. I actually love it. I think it's, certainly from a travel perspective, it's way better. And you kind of play your game and you're able to make those adjustments heading into the next game. And their staff's going to do the same thing. So it'll be a fun challenge for sure.
All right, that's Jeff Flashel, courtesy of the Chicago Blackhawks. We want to thank Steve, Green Eyes, and Charlie the Bacon Guy for their donation so far. Already $130 raised for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Awesome. Click that handshake button to donate today. Look, if everybody, we're trying to reach $1,000. Shouldn't be too hard. We got a lot of people that watch this show. I say this all the time. Donate a cup of coffee. You're going to go to Starbucks or Dunkin' tomorrow morning, pay $4 or $5 for a coffee, make coffee at home tomorrow, and throw $4 or $5 Big Brothers Big Sisters way and call it a day.
Let's also remember, this is for us to remember, every $50 donation or when you do a $50 donation,
Yes.
you will be thrown into a raffle if you want for 2 tickets to our CHGO takeover that is happening on December 13th against the Detroit Red Wings.
Detroit.
Patrick Kane and Alex DeBrincat back in town. It's Chris Chelios bobblehead night.
Laurent Brossois, NHL return as a Red Wings story.
Sure, probably.
Could be.
Could happen that fast. And then those tickets, that game is in the 100 level, I believe, and that includes a pregame happy hour at Crossroads with us in the group. So that was previously sold out, but 2 tickets became available. So we are going to throw those into a raffle. So if you donate $50, we'll throw your name into it, and we'll reach out. If you don't want the tickets, let us know.
Yeah, best way to do it would be to screenshot your donation and email us at blackhawks@allchgo.com with your screenshot so we can get in touch with you if we have to. So Charlie, Green Eyes, you guys are already entered. So yeah, send a picture of those receipts to blackhawks@allchgo.com. That's how we will do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's share the lineup for tonight. We've got a lot to talk about today. Sorry. So mentioned a little bit with Jeff Blashill. You've got Bedard centering Green and Burakovsky. No change there. Nazar, Bertuzzi, and Moore. Dickinson, Teravainen, and Mikheyev. And you've got Doc and Donato as your extras. Your D pairs, Vlasic, Crevier, Kaiser, Levchinov, Grizzly, Murphy, with Sam Renzel as the 7th, and Spencer Knight getting the start in goal.
I'm very interested to see the deployment and utilization of Oliver Moore because he was kind of on that extra line a few games ago, and then the last game with Tavo being a game time decision, like maybe it was going to be Oliver Moore up on the second line, maybe he was going to be down on that extra line, but he ended up kind of getting, I think, lost in the shuffle throughout the game. But when he was on the ice, man, was he noticeable.
Super effective.
Super just fast and tenacious and always around the puck. Always felt like when he was on the ice, he was trying to make something happen or making the right play. So I'm very interested to see how Oliver Moore gets utilized tonight. And then before the game on whatever day that was, what day is it? Tuesday? Sunday. Before Sunday's game, when it was like, oh, Tavo might be out, Blashill was pretty adamant that, like, well, we like to keep the Dickinson, Donato, and Mikheyev line together. And then he had Teravainen, and then he had, he had Teravainen on that line. He has him on the line again tonight. So where Donato will rotate in. So it's just very interesting how, we've gone along this season with the 11 forwards and 7 defensemen situation, and the way that the forwards have shaken out, and it's just very interesting how he rotates them. So I'm going to be really interested to see how Oliver Moore is used and how Donato get used, given their last performance, and just see how everything meshes and really who's going to be getting the tough matchups tonight.
So Oliver Moore, Jeff Blashill always talks about scoring chances. He's not so much worried about shot attempts, shots on goal, right? So we talk a lot about Fenwick and Corsi, and those were all very good for Oliver Moore last game. He was 66.67% Corsi last game. If you look at the high danger chances or the scoring chances for 9-4-2 against with him on the ice, that's second best, 81.82%, only behind Tyler Bertuzzi, who was 6-4-1 against at 85.71%. He did that in 11 minutes at 5-on-5.
I was gonna say he did not play a lot.
He did not play a lot. So that is a high event player.
It's making the most
in a good way. And that play he made, and Blashill mentioned this in the post game, where Moore uses his speed, wins a race to the right-hand corner, and pops out a little pass to Frank Nazar on the tape. Nazar is a little bit off balance, kind of shanks it a little bit, gets it off the heel, and can't get a full one-timer behind it, but Moore laid it out perfectly for him. I've been really impressed with him, and we said this a couple times, but I wasn't sure if this Oliver Moore call-up was going to be the Oliver Moore call-up. But the way he's played and the way Jeff Blashill talks about him and the way Jeff Blashill talks about the things that he prioritizes and the things he watches, he is checking all those boxes.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't see anything that tells me, unless he goes through a week span where he's completely invisible or
burnt out,
hurting the
or
team or whatever it
something.
might be.
Yeah.
And look, a road trip on the West Coast with a bunch of games in a row here, that could be the case where it happens. That's where you want to keep an eye on it. But I've seen nothing that tells me that Oliver Moore is going back to Rockford ever.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's definitely doing similar things to what Frank Nazar did last season when he came up. It was just like he played so well in Rockford. It made sense that he was going to be called up, and there was talk about coming out of camp, like he probably might have made the team.
Yeah.
But at the time when the season started, they were like, we don't really know if we just want to play him third, fourth line kind of thing. But now that Jeff Blashill's gotten into the groove of how he wants to configure the lineup night in and night out, there's a spot for Oliver Moore, and the way he's played has earned him that spot. And if this were last season, we'd be talking about Oliver Moore probably every night, because it'd be like, wow, look at Oliver Moore, and he's the guy that, he's the new young player that's here, and he's the shiny new toy and all that, the way we kind of talked about Nazar last season. But because Nazar is here and playing well, because Levshinov is here and playing well, and Renzel is here, and Bedard is having the season he has, like, I feel like we're not shining as much light on Oliver Moore, but he's definitely played well enough to deserve a lot of the opportunity he's getting, and a lot of praise.
I think that's good for him too, because it allows him to sort of ease into his NHL career where, like you said, Bedard obviously it's thrust on him right away. Frank Nazar comes out and is pretty much, at least in Chicago, a star right away. People just fall in love with him immediately. You've got huge spotlight on Levshinov. So Moore can kind of a little bit lower expectations, a mid-first round pick, and he can just kind of ease in and do the things that he needs to do to stay in his league. And that's what he's doing. He's playing his game. I think sometimes when you're a really high pick and you're thrown into things and you're kind of viewed as like the savior, the next big thing, there's a little bit of pressure on you to deliver right there. I don't feel any pressure from the media, from the coaches. Like, even watching like post-game chats, there's no one saying like, we need more from Oliver Moore. He's a first-round pick. I don't think I've seen any of that. So it's allowing him to kind of play his game and let his game evolve at the NHL level, which is a luxury that maybe Bedard didn't get, because he was expected, like, okay, generational. We've been saying it. We've been talking about you for 3 years before your draft. Come out and be great immediately. Yeah. Oliver Moore does not have that sort of spotlight on him, and I think it's served him well in the fact that he can just kind of blend in, rotate in as needed, and I like the fact that Blashill's sort of using him in that, all right, let's put him out there with Bedard for a little bit. Let's put him out them with Nazar. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it looks, and see what we can find in terms of maybe a long-term solution. But I really like the way he's played. I've been really impressed. And Clout said if you're fast in this league, you'll stick around for a while, and compared him to Lucas Reichel. But Lucas Reichel was a guy who, despite his speed, kept going back to Rockford.
Mm-hmm.
He had several stints back there.
Back and forth,
And then is now ultimately, for now, a Vancouver Canuck. Because it didn't work out here, whereas I don't see a lot of back and forth for Oliver Moore.
Well, I think
maybe during the Olympics.
Sure, yeah, maybe. I think in the case of Reichel, and I know we've dissected his career in Chicago for many years, but I think yes, he had a lot of speed, but he also was expected to be more of a playmaker and was expected to just generate more offensively, and I think the way that he had to do that didn't agree with the way he wanted to play. Mm-hmm. I'll put it that way. And the way Oliver Moore is playing is a style that keeps you in the lead, because it's not just speed because you're fast. It's speed in effective ways. It's speed to winning puck battles. It's speed to being in the right place. It's speed to getting on pucks and being tenacious, whereas I feel like with players like Reichel, it's more or less they're fast to try and create things, but they don't necessarily use that speed to their advantage in puck battles. They don't use it to their advantage in getting to the harder areas of the ice to play. And I think Oliver Moore has that to his game. We've seen it in Minnesota. We've seen it when he's been utilized with Team USA at the World Juniors. He was a penalty killer. He was a guy that was used as that speed and energy guy, and also has some pretty good offensive abilities as well. And same thing in Rockford. Like, he was getting power play and penalty kill time. So it's this, it's a mindset, it's a mentality, it's a play style that, as was Clout said.
By the way,
That'll
Cloud
keep you
clarifying,
in the NHL.
he was not comparing Reichel and Moore. He was responding to something else. I just saw the response.
Yeah, but even
so,
still,
in fairness,
but that, I mean, but it's still I think the point is still there that speed, yes, being fast in the NHL is important, but being fast and effective gets you either a regular NHL spot or you're traded.
I mean, you also look at guys like Athanasiou, who, because they were fast, got probably 3 or 4 more goals a year than you'd expect that are generated just from being faster
Or
than
20.
everybody. So, yeah, well.
Or
fair
21
enough.
season.
Well, that's another one of those, that's like the someone has to score philosophy.
Yeah.
He did it in Detroit and came here for 1 year and had to do it.
Did
and
it here?
Kind of did.
Got paid.
Yeah. So, another thing, by the way, I think last game we sort of lost sight of. We did mention it at the end of the Anaheim postgame show. But despite giving up 2 goals in the first minute, less than a minute, Spencer Knight was awesome. Like, he really kept the Hawks in that game, allowed them to come back by making some huge saves. Glad to see him getting the start tonight. I really feel like this could be, I'm not trying to oversell this game, but I feel like 5 losses in a row, you're feeling kind of down in the dumps. The way the Anaheim game starts is obviously sucks, and you fight back. I feel like a win could have like catapulting energy for this team. I really do.
Especially to start a road trip.
Yeah, right.
That can be a big confidence boost, and these are going to be some tough games on the road. So yeah, rolling that momentum, take that energy that Connor Bedard was exuding at the end of the Anaheim game and let that roll over. Like to take a term from former friends of the network, the guys on the What Chaos show. That is a moment that can galvanize a group, and you see Bedard have that emotion and that swagger and that passion in that game, and the way that they fought back to get a win over another tough team in Anaheim, who they're going to see on this road trip. Like, take that. Don't let that just be a one-off. Like, take that and let it roll into something positive. And if you do that and you get a win against Vegas, that's a ton of momentum. That's a ton of good vibes going forward. That's a ton of belief in that room that you can beat. You know, it's not just going to be fluky games where, you get a one-off and you beat a team that you probably shouldn't. No, that's a continuation of that mindset that they had early on this season, where it's just like, we can beat anybody.
Yeah.
You be ready to start. You play fast, you play with pace, you make sure you have your A game, and if you don't, it's not a C game, it's a B game, as Jeff Blashill puts it. You have the ability to beat really good teams, and that just can boost confidence.
All right, a couple other donations I want to mention before we wrap things up. 2 $5 donations from Anonymous. So they've stopped hacking governments to donate $5 to Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Thank you.
We appreciate that very much, Anonymous. Nate Iverson with a $20 donation, and Borbicus with a $50 donation. So Borbicus is now entered in to win the takeover tickets on December 13th. Once again.
Also, $50 donation from Natty. Natty is on there.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And a third anonymous donation. So thank you for those. Natty, Borbicus, anyone who's done $50 or more, screenshot your donation, email it to blackhawks@allchgo.com so we can contact you if and when you win those tickets to our takeover.
If you can go to the takeover.
If you can go, yes.
If you can go to the takeover, it is December 13th. It is obviously at the United Center. So if you can't go, we will consider you not qualified if you don't email us.
Right. Blackhawks@allchgo.com is the email address.
We definitely have to be over $200 at least, right? Can we see do you have the total there, Sarah? 265 before the post game even starts. So maybe we'll start the show
Noodle Man will be
with Noodle Man. Noodle Man will do the cold open for the post game. That'll be the ISO. The ISO.
We've been
on
censoring him long enough, damn it.
And I think as we get ready for the game to start here in about a minute on ESPN Plus, I think we can close the polls. 108 votes, 64% will see us on social media pay off team smelling salts.
All right.
So Jay, you get to keep your beard.
Sweet.
And I don't get to
stay married.
This is what Sarah and I wanted also.
That's what the people wanted as well.
The people wanted.
All right,
what
we'll
we
do
wanted.
it as soon as they
We're
arrive.
a democracy here on CHGO.
All right. The game is on.
vote.
By the way, the game is on ESPN Plus.
Yep.
We're sorry.
Steve Levy and Kevin Weeks.
Okay. Steve Levy's a hockey guy.
That's a good crew. I'm fine with that.
It's fine. just remember, if you're watching on ESPN Plus, which is your only option, stay off social media because you're going to get the game spoiled because they're way freaking behind. All right, we will talk to you after Hawks and Knights right here on the CHGO Blackhawks podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.